Hi, it's Monica from Penny Spool Quilts, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make this cute and quick table topper for the holidays. First, you'll need some fabrics, either from your stash or you can use scraps. This works especially well if you save strings and other leftover strips. You'll need to cut strips of varying width. I cut mine between 2.5 inches and about 1.25 inches wide, and they're all about 10 inches long. By the way, all the measurements are in the tutorial on my blog, and that's linked below. Once you have your selection of strips, lay them out in a random fashion. You'll want to have enough strips that when you sew them together, you'll be able to cut 4 squares from the resulting strip. Again, all the detailed measurements are in the tutorial on my blog. When you're finished laying them out, you can start sewing the strips together. I like the chain piece, so I sew them together in pairs at first, and then just keep sewing the pairs together until I have them all sewn into one long stripy strip. Now that the strip is sewn together, we'll take it over to the ironing board. I'm pressing all the seams open just to make sure that I don't have too much bulk when everything gets sewn together at the end. Now it's time to cut the strip into blocks. I use 10-inch long strips here, so I'm cutting 10-inch square blocks, but the tutorial has all the math for more standard size cuts. This last cut ended up being just right on the seam, so it left me with this weird little tail. So I'm just going to flip the strip over and cut that part off so I can cut the next block a little more easily. To make this table topper, we actually need 4 blocks, and I ended up not having quite enough fabric to cut 4. So here I am adding a few more strips to this leftover piece to make another block. Now that's sewn together, so let's trim that up to a nice square as well. And that's all 4 blocks done. Now we'll make half square triangles with the stripe blocks. Place 2 of the blocks right sides together with the stripes going in the same direction. Fold the top block halfway back on the diagonal so you can check to see how the stripes line up. Here I have the 2 gray stripes that meet in the middle, and also the 2 red ones are a bit close. I prefer to have a more random looking arrangement, so I turned the top block around to see what that would look like. Much better. When you like how the stripes line up, mark a diagonal on the top block, where the fold was. And repeat the process with the second set of blocks. Double check that you like how they look, and flip them around if you don't. When both are marked, pin the 2 blocks together with a few pins on both sides of the line, and then you can take them over to the sewing machine. The method we're using here is the standard 2 at a time HSTs, or half square triangles. So you'll just sew a 1/4 inch seam on both sides of the diagonal on both of those sets of blocks. Now cut the blocks along the line and press them open, just like regular half square triangles. Once they're pressed, you can trim them to size. And there you have it, 4 striped HST blocks that you can piece together into a square topper or a table runner if you prefer. Unfortunately, my video cut out on me when I was sewing them together, so I can't show you how I did that part. I decided to place my blocks so that 2 of them were pointing, as it were, towards the corners of the table topper and the other 2 towards the center. Then I quilted all the seams in the ditch and bound it with this matching off-white solid I had in my stash. And there you have it, a quick weekend project for the holidays.